Que lo que mi gente? Today we're going to be talking about two super important things to help you monitor your health and basically help you understand when you're actually sick, because there are people, excuse my voice, I'm a little under the weather. A lot of people are sick on a constant basis, but they don't really realize that they're sick because they're always sick, and they can't distinguish the difference between actually being of good health versus poor health. So, with that being said, estoy aquí con un otro video. I always mess that up for some reason. Vamos a comenzar. So, the first thing that I want to focus on is using the bathroom. A lot of times, people say that they only use the bathroom possibly once a day, once every 2 days, once every 3 days, 4 days, etc. And when you go to the doctor is going to tell you, oh, that's perfectly normal, etc. This and that. Right? Because they're a doctor, and we have to, take what they're saying, literally, as far as they're concerned. And not to say that you can't take a doctor's word literally, or what they recommend for you, or suggest for you seriously. It's just doctors are doctors, and you have to take everything that everyone or anyone gives to you with a grain of salt, because what happens is a lot of times the reason why people don't understand why they're not feeling so well is because they're not actually getting rid of the toxins in their body. Now, one way of doing this is actually using the bathroom, meaning number 2. And you will notice also that people are retaining a lot of unnecessary weight, and especially in the United States, people are considered overweight and particularly obese in some cases. And this is because their body doesn't know what to do with the type of food that they're eating. And they're not exactly doing anything specific to rid themselves of these things. A person feels a little queasy, they might take something to kind of cover up the symptoms of the queasiness, or they might do something that's going to settle their stomach a little bit, just so that it can provide them a little bit more comfort. However, they're not solving any problems, they're not eliminating any issues that they're putting their bodies through. And one of my go-to things when it comes to just ridding yourself of certain things is incorporating some fibers in your diet. A lot of times we eat things that have fiber in it, but at a very low count of how much it is that whatever it is that we're eating consists of the fiber. Now, some people can say, oh, I eat cereal, and cereal has fiber in it and stuff like that. And in most cases, I feel that people are usually sent to the bathroom anyway when they're eating some sort of cereal, in between the dairy versus the amount of fiber that's in that. But people don't use the bathroom on a regular basis the way that they really should be. Now, if I can use an example of how frequently you're supposed to use the bathroom, I would say safely about maybe 3 times a day. And this is basically reassuring that the things that you're putting in are actually being expelled, and you're not just sitting on whatever it is that you're eating, especially with people who particularly eat a lot of red meats. Red meats, they sit in your intestines for days. And if you're not doing anything, if you're not incorporating certain things inside of your diet, as far as like fruits and vegetables, that's going to help you expel those things out of your body. This is literally just sitting there, and you start getting accustomed to not feeling so well and feeling like the way you feel is good versus, oh, I have a cold, so my nose is running, I have a sore throat, I have this, I have that going on. And overall, your immune system is super weak because you're not doing anything in particular to strengthen your immune system, anything to promote immunity, and a lot of these things people kind of like take a blind eye to, because as long as you're not feeling completely awful, you feel like you're fine. You feel like, there's nothing else there for you to do in order to improve on your overall health. So I stress the fact that I think that people should incorporate fibers in their diets. On occasions, I would say probably once every 6 months, try to do something that's going to literally cleanse your body, like some sort of a detox. Be very, very careful as to what type of a laxative that you might want to use in order to kind of just flush your system of a lot of things that are not just moving themselves. And fruits, vegetables. I know people are not very big on like fruits and vegetables. Well, probably more fruits versus vegetables, because fruits are sweet and they're very, very tasty when it comes to a preference of taste. Vegetables, people have their very selective types of vegetables that they would be willing to eat. I know there's a lot of people who are broccoli eaters, people who are string bean eaters, a lot of people who may be pea eaters or whatever. That just sounds so bad, pea eater, but you know what I'm saying, green peas and not like actual pea. But yeah, so you have different varieties of greens that people are willing to eat. Some people, they're like, oh, I stay away from that, I don't eat this and I don't eat that as far as vegetables are concerned. And those are the ones who are particularly either underweight or overweight. And this is because their body is not really receiving nutrients when it comes to them being underweight, because it's kind of like, okay, you're eating meat all the time, and yes, you have a bunch of protein in your body. However, your body is not really receiving much, vegetables, vitamins, and different minerals that you need. So you're underweight. Then you have the overweight person that basically their body is not letting anything go. It doesn't really know what to do with things, but it's kind of storing it and creating fat posits or deposits or whatever you want to call it. I'm not 100% sure of the term, but their body is retaining a lot of fat, and it's simply because it really doesn't know what to do. Like, they're constantly piling it in, and they're not really releasing anything because there's no fibers involved, there's no vegetables involved, which provide fibers depending on the type of vegetable that you decide to eat, and at what quantity you would like to eat it. And this is causing problems. This is actually causing people to be overweight, also causing people to be sick. And when they're not understanding why they're sick or whatever, they're not going back to their poor diet as far as what they're not putting in their bodies versus what they're actually putting in their bodies. So when your body gets enough of it, and everything has its time to where it's kind of like, I've been taking this for a certain amount of time, I'm done. And then your body just kind of falls apart on you, and now you're finding yourself trying to nurse yourself back to good health. And at the end of the day, you could have been kind of preventing some certain things as far as health issues. And then let's not even mention certain illnesses that come behind you not having the right type of things in your diet, or being able to expel certain things that are in your body that could be toxic food wise, because food is like the biggest thing. But moving on, if you guys have any more questions about that subject matter as far as using the bathroom and etc., you guys can leave a comment down below and ask me any question that you would like to ask me, and I will be more than happy to answer those questions for you, or to at least help you understand how you may have to or how you should be conducting yourself in this matter. But moving on to products. Now, for all of my people who are using different products for their hair, different products for their skin in general, I wanted to bring this to everyone's attention because I don't think that people are aware of the fact that even if something is 100% natural, it can still be toxic to your body. So, let me explain. The reason why this can be toxic to your body is because we're not immune to everything. We have so many different people. You have to think about people who have like food allergies. Now, for a person who can particularly eat something, say like shrimp or something like that, there's another person out there in the world who cannot. And it's either very dangerous for them to eat it, or it's dangerous to the point to where it's deadly for them to eat it. However, if you eat it, you're completely fine and it works for your body. It's giving you your omega-3s and whatever else that you can benefit from that food that is extremely bad. I can't even think of the word right at the moment, but extremely bad and toxic for the next person. So when we're using our natural products, or just any product in general or whatever, it doesn't boil down to natural products alone. I'm just specifying on natural products because people feel like just because it's natural, it can't be harmful, and that is completely wrong. So when it comes to natural products or any product that you put on your body, on your skin, on your hair and stuff like that, try to keep a little bit of a log as to how you feel. Yes, it sounds like the biggest chore you could possibly give yourself to do. However, you want to make sure that different products that you're putting on your body are not being harmful to you. And one of the ways that you can figure this out is before you start using any type of new product or whatever, because it works better on new products, not really products that you've been using forever, because it's kind of like, okay, I don't feel bad, but I've been using these products. I don't know what kind of effect it's really having on me. So if you want to do this with products that you've already used in the past or that you are using currently, just stop using them for like a whole month or so. Like literally stop using it for a whole month, and then when you start using it again, notice that, well, not notice, but it's like notice but not notice, but notice and keep a close eye on how you're actually feeling while you're taking or while you're using these particular products. Now, when I say how you're feeling, it's kind of like, okay, if it's something that's occurring on your skin, you're going to be able to either see that at some point in time within the duration of you using the product or using particular ingredients. But I want you to pay more attention to the way that you feel overall. Like, are you experiencing headaches? Are you experiencing fatigue? Are you experiencing nausea? Are you experiencing different things? Like using those examples of how you can particularly feel while using something. I want you to pay a lot of attention to that, because what that's going to do is let you see as to what level of this you are allergic to it, because that's literally an allergic reaction. When you're feeling something other than normal while using something, you're allergic to that, and you have to find either an alternative or just stop using that altogether, or using something that's similar to it, because what happens is it's affecting you in some type of way. Not physically, but health-wise, and you want to eliminate all of that, because anything that's affecting your health is not benefiting you as much as you think that it is. Like, even if it's something for your hair, because people, they use different hair products that help them grow hair because it has certain ingredients in it and stuff like that, which is, it affects other things. So I don't know if you guys have heard about the product called Keeps. It's for hair growth and different things of that nature. And not to discredit them in any type of way. It's just in my research, I've heard that people who use keeps have other functions of their body go dormant. So when I say that, I'm saying that to say that, you know, people are noticing that their libido and sex drive and stuff like that has come to a decline or a complete stop for whatever, depending on the person, and that would be considered a side effect to a product or an allergic reaction to a product that you're using that is supposed to be good for one thing, but it's affecting other things in your body negatively. So in instances like that, I want you guys to kind of focus and pay attention to, I've been using this for a certain amount of time. Let me stop using this. Even though I love it so much, let me stop using it. Let me stop using it and see if there's some sort of a difference in my health, the way that I feel. Because people, they'll be getting a headache about something, or, you know, and the reason why I say headache is because headache is more obvious. You know, it's not as, I'm getting sick over time and not really realizing it. A headache is kind of like a more clear indicator that, you know, something is not quite right. And, you know, you're getting a headache and stuff like that. Maybe you're not a person who's even prone to headaches, and this is something particularly new for you. And you notice, like, dang, I'm getting headaches a lot and stuff like that. Just stop using certain products, especially products that go particularly on your head. You know, something that can pretty much get in the you know, what can I say? Is it really like a cuticle of your strands or something like that? Or, you know, in your pores? Yeah, let's use pores, because cuticle, I associate that with the hair shaft. Something that's getting beneath your pores of your scalp and actually getting into your bloodstream, etc. And, you know, if you're starting to get headaches, it's kind of like, okay, so this is a new product that I've been using. And I noticed ever since I've been using it, I've been getting headaches. Now, there could be a direct correlation to this, and it could be, you know, no correlation at all. But however, you want to make sure that there is or isn't a correlation, so that you can immediately stop using that product and go on to something else that may be more beneficial to you. Because, like I said, if it's a headache, you know, you're not a person who gets headaches. Why are you getting the headaches? There's always a solution or an explanation for whatever problems that we're having with our bodies, because our bodies are constantly trying to keep us in homeostasis so that we can live. So when something goes against that and your body is fighting it, you want to basically focus on that, like, I wonder, because I'm the why guy. I'm the person who's always trying to figure out why this is happening this way, why that's happening like that. And once I figure out the solution to it, now I've just rid myself of any unnecessary, you know, stress and unnecessary any unnecessary health issues that can potentially turn into something else, because I'm so determined to use something that's not good for me. So, yeah. So, basically, that's what I wanted to come on here today and express to you guys, whatever, because I do want my team to be very, very healthy all the time, and to come to me with any I don't know. It's just, you know me, guys. I don't know how to talk. To come to me with any issue or any concern or question that you may have that I could potentially have the answer to. And even if I don't have the answer, I'm that guy that's going to do all of the footwork, the research, and everything that's going to help us understand, okay, so everybody is concerned about this. Let me see how I can save them the trouble of trying to figure this out on their own, or trying to wrap their heads around something that the terms are not even making much sense to you. And I can just explain it to you guys here, and you guys can ask me questions, and I can explain it even more in depth so that you could understand, because the goal here is for you guys to understand. It's not about the information that's out there. A lot of people have the same information. However, how do you narrow it down to where anybody can really understand what it is that you're talking about, and how they can solve whatever problems or issues that they may have, that they may be having with their health and in general. So with that being said, guys, I want you to live life, and I will see you in the next video.